been gone. France, it was difficult to do lives, but we've talked a little bit since then. Well, yeah, really quick, I want to talk about the USA basketball situation and scenario where everybody's saying what's wrong with the USA men's basketball team, and it goes back to something that we've talked about before. There is absolutely nothing wrong with the team. I don't hear that they don't have all of their best players, so therefore the games are closer. The problem with USA basketball is the same problem we have with NBA basketball. It's the brand of basketball. I've said it oftentimes that NBA basketball is simply a version of WWE wrestling, where the personalities, the contracts, create these epic battles, and these are marketing battles created by the NBA. And it doesn't mean that these cats can't play. It's just the way they play becomes is very incongruent with international basketball and success. Now, the talent level is so great that they're still able to eke out these wins at the end of the game, but the inability to play defense consistently, to match movement, because the NBA game is a lot of isolation at time, pick and roll, but lazy pick and roll. It's not pick and roll defense in the NBA isn't tremendous until you start getting to the playoffs. And cats don't play defense but the final 2 minutes of each quarter. So when you meet a team like a Serbia or an Australia or France that's moving the ball, that's constantly moving, bigs are diving to the basket, the bigs can step out and shoot, it's going to cause some problems with teams that aren't defensively sound anyway. And what it's become a situation where it's almost equivalent to teams being close. Like you have a team that is superior talent-wise, and they don't practice. And you got teams that are, again, almost there, but they're practice in sync. They have a scheme. They're used to playing a certain way. And you're going to put those teams against each other with one team not even practicing. So, yeah, they're talented enough to keep the games close. They're talented enough to maybe pull out the games in the end. But eventually, that luck is going to run out. And when they play teams that can withstand the pressure at the very end of the game, they're going to lose. Hopefully they won't. I would love to see the USA team, represent America and, the birthplace of basketball in a grand fashion. But to be honest with you, this has been a problem that's been brewing for years. That's why I love hearing all of this. The dream team was great, but today's dream team, or if you took that dream team and put them in today's international basketball, they wouldn't be that good. And I'm like, I disagree, man. Just the IQ on that team was so high, their unselfishness, and then their ability to execute. Those players then had so much more discipline than our players right now. I see it all the time. If you watch the games, they start off, beautiful defensive stance, getting over, fighting over every screen. Man, 3 minutes in, after all of the running by international teams, man, they switching everything. Y'all switch. They standing up on defense. It takes discipline to play internationally. These guys are tough, they're seasoned, and they would love nothing else. It would be nothing more important to them than to upset the USA. So they're coming with everything, with guns blazing. So the USA basketball, the fear of USA basketball isn't there anymore. People aren't afraid of the USA anymore. And that's just, the world is shrinking. We're exposed to, the world is exposed to NBA players. We have a lot of imports in the NBA. So it doesn't seem like this urban legend or myth now. They can touch and taste and feel this NBA experience, and they don't fear NBA players anymore. So, hopefully the USA can dig deep and get to playing a brand of basketball that only a few teams in the NBA play anyway. And that's why they are successful. That's why San Antonio is successful in the league. That's why Golden State has been successful, because they play a Euro-American hybridized version of basketball, where it's the best of both worlds. Yeah, you can match up one-on-one and get buckets, but it's really about the ball movement and the player movement that is the key to their success. So it's going to be interesting how this plays out, and I'm gonna be tuned in, hoping that the USA, with these close calls, gets the message and can, for the next, however many games they need to win it, or next week or so, week and a half, whatever it is, can dig deep enough to stay disciplined long enough to withstand these very strong and passionate and high IQ international players that are taking it to the USA right now. So, yeah, that's my talk for the day. Again, it's a brand of basketball that they're used to playing, and that's why they're playing it. It's nothing out of character. You play 82 games a year that way. You play 82 games a year without playing defense, and now you got to discipline yourself over a 3-week time span to play defense. It's going to be hard for anybody to do it, and I don't care how great of a talent that particular basketball player is. It's going to be very difficult. So tell me what you think. If you agree, disagree. Love to hear your thoughts. All right. Thanks.